Night Hangout brought to you by the Craft Beer Nation. It is Friday, September 9th, and we're having a Friday Night Hangout. We don't have a style, as usual. You should know this by now. If you don't know this by now, you don't watch our show enough. And I'm okay. Enough for the dramatics. Friday Night Hangout. We're just here hanging out, talking about stuff, drinking beer. I'm joined. Oh, before we get started, I'm going to direct you to our Pints and Quarts podcast. You can find that on however you get your podcast. Just search for Craft Beer Nation. Actually, search for Pints and Quarts, or maybe Craft Beer Nation. I don't know. Search for both of them. See what you get. And we have another podcast called Pint Session, which is basically, it's what we're doing right now. We don't have a topic. We just talk about beer and just let the conversation go where it goes.
Follow the flow.
Yeah. Go with the flow. I like to call it the Seinfeld of beer podcasts because it's not really about anything, right? So that said,
we deliver. We deliver on nothing.
That's right. We keep the expectations low.
We are the best at nothing.
Expectations low, and we deliver.
Even if we want to miss, we can't miss.
Yeah, that's right.
So good. We can't miss. Cast tonight, a panel tonight. Ben Foray. Ben, how are you doing tonight, sir?
Very fantastic. Been drinking sweets and sours all night, so feeling good.
And I like to point out that even though the NFL season just started last night, Ben's beard is in mid-season form. So,
oh yeah. Well, I'm a Saints fan, so we're always mid-season. So
got them. Make some noise for Ben's mid-season form beard.
Yeah, maybe he's applying for a job at a brewery too. So you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I appreciate the beard love. Absolutely.
There you go, Matt Miller. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing all right, but for the record, I will never be loving Ben's beard in that way. I might.
We gotta get you on the beard game, Matt.
Oh God, no! I'm 42 and I haven't shaved since I was 40. So this face ain't growing no beard. Yeah, no, mama.
Just another layer of skin off the face.
That's exactly right.
Matt and I had the opportunity to hang out Tuesday this week. We went to the Nats game up here in DC and watched the Nats put it on the Braves.
It was a quality game. They put it on. You're right. Yeah.
No, but it was a good game. It was a good game.
Yeah, we lived the sweet life.
Yeah. The T-Mobile sweet life. And shout out T-Mobile. Even though I'm at Verizon, it's all good. Verizon getting my money. T-Mobile getting the shout outs. Nobody's Verizon's winning. Freddie Rodriguez, how are you doing tonight, sir?
What's going on, Randy, panelists, everyone? I'm doing good. House Stark. You already know.
House Stark. Winter's coming. Winter's coming. Well, winter's almost here.
That's right. Man.
James Aura. I still gotta say it like Jesse Jackson. Aura. Q Aura S. James Aura.
We are here today.
How you doing tonight, James Aura?
Doing all right. Doing better than I have some beer in me.
Awesome. You ain't just now getting beer in you. You've been drinking.
Hope that's the only that's in you.
Oh
my God! Really?
Surprisingly, I just started drinking. I just got home.
What?
Cool.
It's like 4:00 in the afternoon out there, though, right? Sure. So
yeah, it's just 7. I didn't have time to go to a brewery, so yeah, just starting to
pace yourself. Tough life. I didn't have time today. Damn.
You didn't get to go to RIP?
Yeah, Randy knows. I'm always at RIP on Fridays, and then I come home and I'm drunk while I'm on Hangouts with you guys.
Yeah.
I've been pre-gaming all day.
You got some damn catching up to do. That's how I think of it. Yeah.
All right, so Ben, I know what Matt's drinking because I can see it. But Ben, what are you drinking? Matt's drinking a sour. I don't think I've seen Matt drink a sour.
Yeah, I know.
What?
What are you drinking, Matt?
I was trying to look it up so I could talk about it because there's just no information on this bottle.
So
but
this
is
what
incorrigible. This is incorrigible from New Holland, and
I'm glad you said that. I was going to be wrong. I was going to guess that was Blue Sunday, but
oh really? No, I got
like
this.
Similar
similar packaging.
Yeah.
I got this bottle from Gil. I believe when we got together for North Carolina 2 years ago or last summer.
Mm-hmm.
I got this in a box of stuff from him then. I remember getting it in the parking lot at The Answer. I just don't remember which time at The Answer it was. But Yeah, there's no ABV information on the bottle. There's no bottling date. So I was hoping that it was a one-off that I'd be able to get an idea of how old it is. For one thing, this is a 750 of a sour beer, Berliner Weiss, and it was in Pennsylvania, wherever Gil got it, it was $5.69.
Okay.
And that's incredible to me.
Okay.
Looks like it's 4.9% ABV.
4.9. All right. And I was expecting it to be just a shit beer because $5.69, and it sat on my shelf for 2 years, but it is wonderful.
Nice.
It pours into the glass here. There's a little haze on it just from the condensation on the glass. It's humid here in Virginia yet, but there really wasn't any head when I poured it either, like you'd expect in a wild ale. But it is a Berliner Weiss all the way. It's tart. It's dry. It
makes you want to take another sip.
It does. It definitely is quenching, and it definitely makes me want to go back for more of it. I get a little bit of wild yeast. I don't want to say horse blanket, or barnyard, but I mean it smells like a Berliner Weiss. So
would you say that beer is quite quaffable, Matt?
Quaffable. It's probably quite chuggable at 49% too, but it is. I'm really going to enjoy sipping on this as we talk here. This is good stuff, and there again, maybe New Holland. I've had maybe 3 of their beers. Dragon's Breath, Dragon's Milk.
Yeah, one-off.
Haven't had that in a while. Yeah, Dragon's Breath, a one-off of the Dragon's Milk. This isn't something that's really widely distributed here in Virginia, so I'm going to be looking for. Is this, Freddie? Do you know? Anybody on the panel know? Is this a regular beer from them?
It looks like this is. Let's see. I'm on BA right now, Beer Advocate.
This is their Cellar series.
Yeah.
On the back.
People are saying this is from a lot of people. It seems so. I'm seeing dates of 2014.
Yeah, that timing would be about right.
Yeah, so it's probably
Matt, there's a penalty.
Incorrigible celebrates.
You said that this beer. You said this beer is it's probably crushable at 4.5%, but I'm going to enjoy sipping on this tonight. I'm just saying that I'm saying that it is.
I guess what I mean by it's crushable is that there are no qualities that's overwhelming. It's not overwhelming. It's not overwhelmingly sour. It's not overwhelmingly. You know what I mean. It's got that sessionable kind of quality to it. It is what it is. It's tart. It's acidic. It's wild, but it isn't. What was that? What was that one from Rye on Rye that I didn't like? Or no,
that's Boulevard. Yeah.
Yeah, Boulevard. It wasn't Rye on Rye. It was their Saison, the soured Saison that they do. What's the big one?
Saison Brett.
Saison Brett. Yeah,
Saison
Brett. And I didn't like that at all. That was like way too much everything in my face.
Yeah,
this
Saison
is
Brett
just
terrible. I hate that beer.
I know. I drained it. I drain poured it. I put it in the sink. But it was this. This is really just. There are those little qualities of this. There is tartness, but it isn't. This isn't Westbrook Goza level sour. It's just pleasantly tart. It's just pleasantly everything. So that's what I meant by crushable. But gotcha. I also will enjoy the dry qualities of sipping on it. You don't chug white wine. You don't. So, well, maybe I don't. But
cool.
All right, that's enough about me.
So I don't think I made that beer again, to be honest, from what it looks like.
You should really chug that beer right now. Is what I think.
It was a class. Well, yeah, all 750.
No, just chug what you got in the glass. That's what I say.
I think I shall decline that offer. Thank you.
If he was a real man.
I've got another 3-year-old IPA in the fridge if you guys want to chug after we're done here.
Ben, how are you tonight, sir?
I'm a little stopped up this time of year. I love the beers, but my allergies are just ripping through me. But I'm going to try and describe this beer as best as I can.
Did you know that hops are known to be an antihistamine?
I'm glad you said that because my next is Green Blaze IPA.
I totally made that up, but it's awesome that you believed it. So drink as many IPAs as you want to drink tonight, my man.
Man. Actually, I did feel better. I had Evolution number 3, and I did feel better after having that. It wasn't my favorite IPA, but it was pretty good. A little too bitter. Anyway, right now I'm drinking Pumpkin, batch number 2 from Avery.
There you go.
Porter with pumpkin and spices aged in bourbon barrels. This is 15%. The original was, I think, 17.2. I'm going to try and give you some smell off of it. A lot of barrel, definitely some spices. You get that nutmeg in there.
Don't smell too hard while you got your nose in that thimble.
I don't want to get any of my nose in there. Let's see.
Although that might clear you right out. That might go right on into those sinuses.
It's like you get you a neti pot and put some rumkin in that bad boy.
or one of those spice beers. Well, spicy.
Mucus infused saison sounds fantastic.
Neti pot with
that's so disgusting.
What's that salt with the habanero or whatever?
They're with the beer. They're in our beers. Yeah.
Or Crime or Punishment.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did they make that again? Crime and Punishment?
Yeah, they've done 4 batches since the original. But
all right, I was just at a bottle shop and they had it all over, and I thought, holy crap.
Yeah, the original, I think, from what the consensus is, the original's the best. Everything else has been over spiced or over peppered. Anyways, back to you, Ben.
throw it over to you. Now for the weather.
Back to you,
James.
I didn't even finish talking about it.
That was classic.
Awesome bourbon barrel in there. Definitely get the pumpkin. The spices complement that pumpkin really well. And it's a porter, and you definitely get that. I mean, it's not full-bodied like a stout. And I think it lends itself really well for the pumpkin. I don't like a lot of pumpkin beers because they're too light. They don't match kind of the dark, the richer flavors of pumpkin. And I thought it was a good choice by Avery going with the porter style. I like this one a lot.
Listen, somebody's got to say something about the fact that this is a porter at 15%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That has to be said. I mean, they don't even call it an imperial porter. They just call it
porter.
A porter at 18%. Come on, son.
Imperial, like everybody just started calling things imperial though. Like nobody, slapped imperial on everything. Isn't that like a newer thing? Just calling everything.
No, it has a
richer
meaning.
Imperial. It does,
yeah. For like the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it doesn't have meaning, but yeah. Oh, I guess that is true. It will sneak up on you. I could see grabbing a bottle of it and being like, "Oh, a porter. That's going to be smooth." But no, it's definitely warm. I wouldn't want to go into this thing not knowing that. But I still think it's really well done. But definitely know that percentage for sure.
What's the other one that came out? There's another. They've got another one. There's pumpkin and there's
Rumkin.
Rumkin. All right, I think I've got that one in the fridge. Maybe I'll have that after this. Light, tasty. Oh, yeah, that's 17%.
Don't talk to that bottle's empty.
Click the red X. See you tomorrow.
What you got?
I've got a can. I'm drinking it's from Treehouse, proper glassware. As you can see, usually the same old, can't see through it, murky, heavy looking beer. This is their Very Green, which is like the kicked up version of green. This is double IPA. It comes in at 8.3% ABV. And this is a little over a month old now. Actually, Jesus. Yeah. Something like a month and something like 6 weeks old now. And I think it's starting to fade, but it's still really, really good. I mean, you can taste it, I guess, in falling off. The smell's still kind of there. But I know I've had that before. I've had this kind of really fresh, and it's amazing. I mean, it's just big burst of Galaxy in this. If you like Galaxy hops, this is like on full display when this beer is fresh.
Nice.
You get tons of tropical notes, some citrus. You get that mango, some papaya in there. It's got a nice creamy mouthfeel to it. It's a really good beer. Just kind of get into it because it's kind of old, and I figured, why wait until it drops off completely and I'm left with malt in a glass?
I've had green before, and I thought green was delicious, but that's because I have an affinity for Galaxy hops. But
Yeah, very
I've
green.
been,
So imagine that thing fresh, dude.
Yeah.
And it's kicked up, like
yeah,
it's stupid. I mean, even this being at the date it's kind of messed up to say, but this is probably better than a lot of some other stuff I've had recently, I guess, from some other breweries, whatever. But yeah, I mean, again, it's about, like I said, 6 weeks old. It's starting to, you can tell it's starting to drop off a little bit, but it's only one can, so we'll survive.
for sure. James, what it do? What is in thine chalice?
What's up, guys? So I'm drinking a Blood Orange Berliner Weiss from Phantom Carriage.
Ooh.
Color-wise, it honestly looks a little bit like pee. But about the beer, about the sour itself, it actually, pretty much everything Matt said about his Berliner Weiss, I could say the same about this, with the exception is, I'm sorry, this is the Blood Orange Broad Acres, not just Broad Acres. So there's Blood Orange in it. It's not overwhelming. It's more subtle, but it is enough that if you were to blind taste test, you could probably pick out the Blood Orange enough. But like Matt said about his beer, it's really good. It's really smooth. It's not super tart. It's not super, sour. It's pretty good. It's 3.9% ABV. But it's really good. I really enjoy this one. Sometimes Blood Orange Gozes, I feel like, sometimes can be a little overboard on the Blood Orange. This one's really subtle, and I actually like it that way. It's really good. But have you guys ever heard of Phantom Carriage by any chance?
I haven't.
I've seen it, but no.
It's a small one in Carson, which is kind of like South LA County. Right next to, you guys will know Monkish and Smock City. It's right. They call it the Triangle of beer, for Torrance at least. And they do a lot of sours and saisons, but their kind of shtick is the brewery itself and the tasting room is horror themed. So it's really dim, lots of candles or fake candles. But they have a horror theater where they play and project a lot of 80s B movies, but they've been making really good sours. Like I've actually been really enjoying them a lot lately. So I need to pick up a bottle for you, Randy. I've been meaning to put together a little Southern California box for you.
Hey man, just knowing that one's coming.
Well,
gives me all the joy.
I was going to send you one earlier, but then there was a couple beers that you had mentioned you'd had, and I was like, oh, well, damn, I'm not going to send him that again.
Yeah. What was it? Was it stuff from Modern Times?
Yeah.
That was. Hey, look, I'm not saying that I won't drink Modern Times beer again.
Well, I would love to have some of their limited release stuff. Like the stuff that you've had was stuff that I can easily get. But it's also not their best stuff.
Gotcha.
But like some of their limited stuff, like I've been wanting to try and get, but it's one of those you have to go down to the brewery, and it's just too far for me to go on a weekday.
Did you see pictures from the Monkish release last weekend? For what were the beers? Freddie, what did Monkish release last weekend?
I don't know if it was last. Was it a collab?
I feel like every weekend they have lines that are.
It was James. The line was.
Oh, I know.
Dumb.
There's a guy following.
Was it the collab?
I don't think so.
I think they released 2 of them last week.
They did release 2 of them.
Yeah.
I want to say Swap Meets, but Swap Meets was earlier.
I can check real quick just because I'm curious.
Either way, there were mad people at Monkish last weekend. Like
when they're at 4 in the morning.
Yeah, so I know people that went, and when I saw the line, I was like, "Ain't no way in hell that I'm asking them for some of that beer," because these cats have been lying before the sun came up, and they're there all day. I'm like, nah, it would be rude of me to expect them to part with some of that beer unless I'm giving them some fire.
Oh yeah, so it was the collab came out last weekend.
What was it?
So,
It was JFK to LAX. Other half,
Yeah.
It was like the black and gold.
so one of these days I need to go, just because I mean you know my feelings about them, but I should go get a couple for you guys, just so you guys can have it, because I know it's kind of a thing, and I don't mind sitting in line if I expect it. It's one of those ones where you don't expect it and you're just like there for all effing day and you just want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, I am drinking a beer from the Vale out of Richmond, Virginia. This is their light wash. Anyway, you can't see it because it's a yellow label, and my lights are not playing right with this yellow sticker. But this is LOL though. It's
I've got one of those in the fridge.
It's a double IPA, 8.5%, and then you probably can't see it.
There you go.
Right there. So the IBU says IBU, LOL. right there. So they got this thing about like zero IBU IPAs, and I mean, okay, so they have one called I Don't Want to Be You. They have I Don't Want to Ever Be You. They have I Don't Want to Never Ever Ever Be You. Just to keep amping it up.
Yep.
But this one right here, to be honest with you, man, it's not doing it for me, man. So for I don't want to ever be you and all the other ones. Like when I had them, I was like, bullshit. They're, this can't be zero IBUs because there are hops in this beer. I taste bitterness, right? And so I'm like, it's bullshit. But this one right here, it's too malty.
Oh, really?
It's like drinking like a drinkable Dogfish Head 120. It's
that hot?
Yeah, it's a little warm, and it's malty. Like I feel like it's I understand them, you know what I'm saying, wanting to do the zero IBU thing, but I think that it's taken away from this beer. This beer had the necessary hop profile to balance out the malt and to give you something to smell on the nose other than malt. It might have been a fantastic beer, but it's not. I mean, somebody likes it, but it's. I mean,
is that another zero IBU beer though?
Well, I'm assuming it on the can. It says ABV semicolon 8.5% alcohol by volume. IBU semicolon LOL.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It can't possibly be zero IBU.
Well, if it's zero IBUs means that they
not in the boil.
Right. So they could have hopped the mash.
Yeah.
Right. They could have yeah, that's probably about because if you put anywhere in the boil,
anything on the hot side, and it's going to break the oils down.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or they could have added hops in the.
Here's their thing on Untapped: 100% Amarillo double IPA, 8 pounds of hops per barrel. We might have gone over a little board though. THO. Lol. This one turned out pretty crazy. Dank, fresh nectarines, bright grapefruit peel, a touch of pine. That's from the Vale's description of the beer in Untapped.
So are they trying to say LOLs and ha ha ha? We put too much,
or I don't know.
We put all these hops in there, and we didn't get any
yeah.
LOL.
I don't know, but I've actually got one of those in the fridge, Randy. I'm gonna push my sour back and go get one so I can talk with you about it.
It's sweet.
BRVLOL though.
There could be hops in here, but it's just the beer is too sweet. It's too for IPA. It's too malty for my liking. I know there are people who love multi IPAs, but this one right here seems a little disjointed.
A bit much.
Yeah, just make fire IPAs and stop with this zero IBU bullshit, man. That's not necessary. I mean,
I had an interesting experience that's kind of like that. I drank Loloy Capolo today. Loloy Capoi.
Lily Kawai Capolo.
Right.
Almost. We almost
I had
so
it.
close.
Hey, real quick. Shout out to Matt Hyatt, Facebook friend. Hit me up right now.
What a son of a bitch.
He's in the bed hammered, so he won't be joining. But I wanted to throw Matt a shout out. Go ahead.
Hyatt, how dare you reach out to him after you reach out to me first? That's for you, right there.
Randy, this thing looks like Tang in color. This is orange all the way.
Orange. Hold on, go ahead, Ben.
So what I was saying about that beer is I've had it before, and it's awesome. And I had it this time, and it was awesome too, but it came out of the keg cloudy. Like that cloudy.
Wait, Lily Coacapolo did?
Yeah.
It's always been cloudy when I've had it.
Huh. Because when I had it, it was a little clearer than that, but it tasted like straight juice.
It wasn't. So I'll say this: when I drink that beer out of the can, it's not. I don't want to give the impression that it's like pristine clear, but it's definitely has a little bit of haze to it. I mean, it's a wheat beer after all, right? I think
yeah.
It's a wheat beer. Yeah, so it's gonna have a certain degree of haze to it, but yeah. So Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, you're spot on. I mean, this is all Amarillo, and it's all over the aroma and the taste.
I get malt on the nose. Maybe my nose is jacked up or something.
I don't know, but no, this is Amarillo hop jumping out of the glass, and that's. I mean, before Galaxy Mosaic came across, Amarillo was my tropical paradise. Yeah, it's definitely a malt forward IPA. But when you've got a double IPA, when you're going to have a double IPA and then not boil any hops in it, malt is what is the result. Let me help you with the math. No IBUs.
Yeah.
So.
And I'll say this, Matt. It drinks really warm for 8.5%. I mean, I'm not 8.5% is not a session beer, but I've had some 12% beers where the ABV was well hidden. This one is like I'm 8.5%, and I'm I'm saying I'm gonna gas you up and make you think I'm a little bit more than 8.5%.
Yeah, but I tell you what I compare it to is, I will agree with you there. You definitely have it right. This is hotter than some of their other New England style IPAs that are dry, that are hoppy in a different way. But this thing has that. To me, it's not an unpleasant heat. It's like Wings of Armageddon heat. There's sweetness with a little bit of heat to it, but then I don't know. I definitely, boy. When you drink this, Randy, there's just no aftertaste. There's no hop. There's no bitter aftertaste because, all the hop is in the presentation in the nose. So there are just no oils breaking down.
The back of it is kind of like after you drink yours down a little bit, I feel like it's a little. I really wanted to like this beer, but it feels a little cloying to me on the back end. Yeah. Right? Are you getting that?
Yeah, well, yeah. There again, it's like when you take the hop out, you're only left with malt, and when you've got enough of it in there to make, as it's fading, I'm definitely you're absolutely right about it cloying, Randy. That's a good description.
Yeah. Listening to you guys talk about it, I'm sincerely interested, but everything you guys are saying, I feel like I would not like it at all.
Right, so
I'm fascinated. I'm really fascinated to try that type of thing.
That's the dichotomy of the whole thing. It's like it doesn't work, but at the same time, you're like, I need to find that out for myself.
But I tell you what, right? To me, a mark of a creative brewery is one that does something that makes you stop and think about what you're drinking. It challenges your senses. It challenges what I know about beer and how beer normally tastes. So I give it credit for what it is. I don't want to knock it for what it isn't. Because if I open this thing and think I'm going to get a New England style double IPA, then I'm going to be disappointed. But if I open it and go, you know what, I don't know what this is. I'm going to drink it, taste it, describe it, enjoy it. It delivers on all that. If I take away the expectations.
Here's what happens, James. I think I have one more. And if I do, it's yours.
Yeah.
You have to get it to him quick because these things will settle. This was canned on the 15th.
Well, it doesn't have any IBU, so We don't got to worry about
Well,
how
it'll still get chunky. You know, that vegetation, it's all suspended in there.
it'll be at the bottom. He's a drinker.
So Matt, what you were saying about being an interesting brewer, I feel like what you said is kind of what sums up the Dogfish Head. I have yet to have a Dogfish Head that I've truly been, I love this beer. I've had ones that are like, it's alright, it's interesting. And then there's plenty of ones where I'm like, I really don't like this. That being said, I do really, really enjoy kind of their experimental aspect and kind of how they're trying to do things. Like, I will try to buy Dogfish Head stuff when we get it out here. I've yet to actually like them, per se. But like what you were saying about how interested you're like, I want to find out how they did this or why they did it or that kind of thing.
Well, and exactly, and you and I have exactly the same. I should find some beer that I like and send it to you because I think we've got very similar tastes, James. Dogfish Head, I don't have any on the shelf. I never buy it because 60-minute isn't really my jam, and 70 minutes maltier, and 90-minute and 120. It's for me. That's not my taste in beer. Sam is a nice guy. He's been very nice to us, but that's why I don't knock them. That's just not my beer. But I love trying Midas Touch. I'm like, okay, this is cool. They did something. It's completely different. It's a spicy beer. You know, all these other kind of things. So I'll give them credit for what they do. I just
so two things. This beer, for those who just started watching, Vale's LOL though. Zero. I think I'm assuming it's 0 IBUs, right? We don't know for sure. They just said LOL on after IBUs. This. If I was blindfolded and I taste this beer, I would have thought that it was an American barley wine. Damn. That's probably what I would have thought. I would have assumed this is either a 18% triple IPA or an American barley wine. That's what I would have thought.
What's the ABV on that?
8.5%. It drinks bigger than that though.
Yeah, not for sure.
So real quick to digress a little bit back to the Dogfish Head point. So I don't get down with 60-minute and 90-minute. Don't do it for me. 75-minute is a little bit better for me from Dogfish Head. 120 is good to hold on to. I'm not a big fan of 120 fresh, but 120 if you hold on to it and drink it when you don't feel like having an IPA. Drink it when you want something maltier. 120 kills from that perspective. However, I will say that, they have another one, a new beer they just put out called, I thought I had an empty bottle down there, but it's called Sea Quench, which is like a sour ale that they did with lime in it, and it's amazing.
Really?
It's awesome.
I'll have to look that up.
It's a really good little sessionable sour beer, right? And then they have their Ancient Ale series, right? The big 750s. They have one called, and I know I'm going to say this wrong, but it's called Kavsir. It's a 750 with like a red label with a lady, like a lady dancing on it. And for me, that beer is quintessential Christmas because I think it has like lingonberries and like like it has a bunch of some other berries in it. And I was like, oh, this beer, for whatever reason, that beer reminds me of Christmas. And then you got like Chateau Giao, which I think is a perfect crossover beer for people who drink wine, and say they don't drink beer. Chateau Giao, that's a perfect beer for them. James, you about to say something?
No, you're saying that. I was wondering if anybody, because we haven't had it out here, or at least I haven't looked for it, so maybe that's why I haven't seen it. But have anybody tried 61-minute?
So 61 minutes discontinued.
Oh, okay. But has anybody had it before?
Really?
I had it.
I was interested with the idea of it.
It was good. I only had it once though.
I'm not a big Dogfish Head guy either, as far as like the way they go. But I'll tell you the two ones that 120 obviously, like some people seem to like always gravitate to it. Right? It's good to hold on to, like Randy said. I like, which is an also big beer. I like Raison d'Extra.
Yes.
You want to hold on to that beer as well? That's a really good beer. That's good.
What style is that? I haven't actually heard of that before.
I actually think it's like an imperial, might be an imperial brown brew with raisins.
Really?
Or something like that. Hold on.
Yeah. Raison d'Extra. That's a Belgian strong ale.
Oh, okay.
Worldwide Stout will make you a believer too.
That was my next one right there. Worldwide Stout was
Yeah.
another one. That was my next beer that I really enjoyed from there.
But also Palo Santo Marron. That's a good wintertime sipper too.
Yeah.
Is that based off of the? Isn't that based off of the Valentine IPA?
Palo Santo Marron?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was based
sure.
on like a older. It was like an homage. Let me look it up.
It Google's.
But I mean, the point is, I think that Dogfish Head. I don't necessarily like their flagship beers in 60-minute, 90-minute, those. But they do have some beers that I enjoy. I mean, Palo Santo Marron is one of those beers where I see it all the time. I'm like, I'll leave it next time because it's always there, right? I mean, but when I have it, I'm like, dang, I should drink this more. Raison Dextra was I love that beer. I love Raison Dextra. That's a great beer.
Yeah, that's a great beer.
Yeah, that Sequence, great great beer. Capsule, great beer. Chateau Gial, great beer. They make a ton of different styles.
Oh, what's it called? What's a good beer too from them? Oh my god, it's the I cannot believe I'm drawing a blank. I can see the label in my head.
What does the label look like?
It's
Well, Freddie thinks about that. They also had one that they brewed with for Robert Johnson.
Is it my?
I mean, it had lemon flesh in it. That was good too. I can't. Hell on my hound, or something like that. It was a Robert Johnson.
Well, two of their seasonal beers that you can't overlook are the Festina La Pêche.
That's a good.
That peach one is nice. And of course their pumpkin. What's that?
Romantic chemistry. I like better than that.
And one thing that you can't understate is no matter what you think of their beer, the industry is in a place that it is now with no small part to what Sam Calagione has done. So, I mean, the guy has really been a proponent of a craft beer and a big voice and a big supporter of all the other breweries. So, I mean, I give him some credit for that. I'll buy a 6-pack maybe next weekend just for that reason.
The beer I was thinking of was Miles Davis Bitches Brew.
Oh yeah,
that beer doesn't do it for me.
It's good. I'm not saying it's great, but it's a good beer, I think.
So before I even heard of craft beer, I watched the show. Was it Brewmaster? Brewmasters, and I was interested in Bitches Brew because of that show. And then I don't know. My second year into craft beer, they finally came out to the West, and I found a Bitches Brew, and I picked one up, and I bought 3 of them. I sat on 2 of them, drank one fresh, didn't really care for it. It was all right, whatever. Had it a year later, and I was still disappointed, and it bummed me out because that show actually really interested me, and I really wanted to like Bitches Brew, but I mean, it wasn't bad. I just wasn't all that impressed.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, it's not great by any means, but whatever. I just opened up my second beer, so I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I was about to say enough about Dogfish Head. Freddie, what's your second beer?
This is Are Not Brewing, and they are out of Somerville, Massachusetts, a local.
Are Not?
Yeah. And this is their Hop Away. Pretty cool little label. Has like a space rabbit dude, and it's weird.
That's sweet.
That's kind of a cool label, corny name.
Yeah, no doubt. It's like comic bookish. It's
Bugs
cool.
Bunny.
The label's like nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got the little tab there too. Anyway, this is Hop Away. It's a session IPA. What's funny about that right there is I grabbed this real quick, local bottle shop, thinking with Hop Away that it was like a double IPA. I was like, let me try it. So I actually opened this up and I'm looking at it. So I'm like, I see 4.6 ABV and I'm like, it's not really what I thought I was grabbing.
He's like, maybe they write half of the ABV on one side and the other half ABV on the other side.
Maybe the decimal's just in the wrong spot.
Just in this part of the can, 4.5.
Where's the time symbol here?
Like,
this was canned on August 25th, so pretty fresh.
Congratulations, you played
And-
yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. DJ Khaled would slap me right now. Off the bat, though, it's kind of like, it sucks. And this is from, I just literally jumped from Very Green, double IPA from Treehouse, world class, to this. And it's like a completely different, like on the other side of the world, the galaxy kind of beer.
You went from the Pro Bowl to a JV football game.
Yeah, for real. Seriously. So, I mean, but one thing I do get from this, and I got it in the smell, and I get it in the taste, and I'm not too fond of it right now. It's like I'm getting this. I don't know what like hops they use in this or anything. There's no really information on this, but I get this big, not even like it's like a black tea kind of like a taste to it, like and smell like a tea. I'm not really digging it too much in the taste. Like it's somewhere like you get these like random notes of like a passion fruit.
Freddie, could it be a big proponent to black tea taste is bergamot? Could it be because that's kind of a citrusy? It is the citrus.
Like a bergamot, maybe.
Maybe that's what you're tasting.
Man, but yeah, it's just like it's kind of throwing me off. Ah, damn this label. See, you guys, let's. I'm gonna do everyone a favor. I'm gonna say I don't care. I'll do it, being who I am. Listen, put somewhere on this visible so I can know this is a session when I grab this. A session IPA. I see this bunny traveling through the galaxies at incredible speed, right? And I'm like, yeah, he's bringing it, man. He's bringing the hops on this. He's killing it. And then in this small little writing over here, I see it's under 5% ABV. Session
Two
IPA.
numbers, not three.
Their entire market is made up of suckers like you.
You gotta take that, Matt.
They saw you walking out the store with that beer, and they were like, "Got him!"
Yeah. Yeah.
James,
God.
you want beer?
I'm gonna cuvee this with my drain.
Is it really that bad?
No, I'll finish it. I'm not that. It's not that bad.
I'm
I've
didn't
had,
raise my winner.
I've had other stuff from those guys. They're not too bad, but I'm not a big fan of this one, to be honest.
Lower your standards and power through, man.
You're having a water round, basically.
Yeah, this is a rehydration round. Yeah.
Right.
What's your second beer, James?
I decided to open up 2016 Woot Stout.
Oh.
Woot woot.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Are they still numbering those? Is this like 3.0 or 4.0 or something?
No, they only did 2.0, and then after that, it was just pretty much 2013.
Annual release of the year.
Yeah. The last one was with Felicia.
Hey.
I can't remember her name. God, why am I not?
Aisha Day.
Aisha Tyler.
Taylor.
Aisha Tyler.
Aisha Tyler. I'm sorry. Aisha Tyler.
Correct me, but then you're wrong too.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I know a girl named
I love
Aisha.
her.
I know a girl named.
I love
Listen. I
Two
know.
wrongs don't make it right, damn it.
Don't let him answer. Don't let Randy talk. He can't save it if he can't talk.
I know a girl named Aisha Taylor. I went to college with a girl named Aisha Taylor, so that's why I said that. But Aisha Tyler, that's my boo thing.
Oh,
James,
I love Aisha Tyler, man.
James, we
That's
just
why I was pissed.
just gonna have to fight.
No, that's why I was pissed that I couldn't remember her name. I was like, wait, why can't I remember her name right now? She's awesome. I mean, well, yeah, darn it, I'm gonna name drop again. She was there for the release, and man, she was just as charming as always. Like just
You talked to her?
Huh?
You talked to her?
I mean, I got a pour from her because she's pouring her version.
Yeah.
Because
He didn't get her number, Randy. He got a pour. He got beer from her.
Ooh, so you're saying there's still a chance?
You're saying there's a chance.
Hey, man, that's fine.
Hey, I got some homebrew I can pour since you're getting
Classic.
to pour.
Do it up.
Classic movie.
Homebrew and chill.
Homebrew, I like that.
Don't
Oh,
mind the
shit.
stuffy nose, man. Just come on over.
And so, okay, so Matt, I know you're still on your LOL though, and right?
Yeah, yeah, I've got it
Man,
and the that sour next to each other
Why
here.
don't you cuvee a little bit of that with your sour and see what happens?
Oh God, why? Why would?
Science, science.
I'll tell you why, Matt. Because you chugged like a 4-month-old IPA before, so
I know
this
it can't be
be
worse than that.
that
Yeah,
bad.
you know,
Just
there
do
are
a
some things you
glass,
guys can talk
a little
me
bit.
into. Yeah,
Ever
there's some
since-
you guys can do. This is
Wait,
not one
hold
of them.
on.
Matt,
Ever
science.
since we got started, it was like, let's get Matt to chug something. Like,
Yeah,
what's
I
going
don't know what
on?
it is. They all want to see me die. I guess a young death. I don't know.
No. Randy, what are you drinking, man? Have you moved on to number 2?
I'm still on the struggle bus with this LOL though, man.
Yo, man, you
well,
better just, hey,
Listen,
tilt it back, bro. That's it. Let it go.
it's not bad enough to throw away, but it's not good.
How much is left? You have what's left? Or you have stuff?
Yeah,
in the
why
can?
do you blend it then?
There you go. Damn.
Cuvée.
Yeah.
You just blended it with lower intestines.
Yeah.
I invaded with the hydrochloric acid in my stomach.
Damn, you have hydrochloric acid in your
Wow.
stomach?
That-
Man.
you got a whole new set of problems
It's gonna be a
now.
little bit warm now.
Wait, don't
Yeah.
we all? Isn't it hydrochloric acid in our stomachs?
Randy's spit goes right through cement.
Yeah, I don't think you get chloride in there.
It's hydrochloric acid. All y'all. I'm right.
All right.
I'm right
Google
as
it.
shit. I am
That's why
so
you-
goddamn right.
To the
That's why you
internet.
have a lining, and then if your lining gets, you have an ulcer. So yeah, I think he's right.
Did y'all just try to play me? I be knowing stuff. Hey, Freddie, hey, everybody, I'm gonna blue box Freddie right now for people watching live. Look at that. Look, no, see why he gotta get in the way. Why he gotta look at the board behind Freddie. What does it say, Freddie? That's what I do. I drink and I know things. Okay.
Okay, but this is one of those cases where you're kind
Hold on.
right.
Let me write something as well underneath this.
Well,
Anyway, I'm not blue boxing Freddie anymore. Ben. Anyway, we're moving on. Ben.
This is one of those kind of things where you're kind of
no,
right.
we're not
It's-
moving on. We're not moving
It's a
on.
half
I
of
went
a
to the internet.
percent of hydrochloric acid. Yeah, your stomach isn't churning in metal melting acid. It's a 0.5% of 5,000
Potassium chloride,
parts
sodium
per
chloride. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I'm kind of right. So because I'm not as right as you would want me to be, means that I'm wrong.
I should have just let you have the moment, Randy. I couldn't. Science enforced
So
me.
going back to the picture, now that Matt's cleared that up, Randy's part in this picture. Let's blue block myself real quick.
We can't
Randy's
read it.
part
It's too
is-
far away. It's too far away. We can't read it.
Let's just remove all this. It's just I drink.
That's what I do. I drink.
I drink.
Can we Photoshop
No.
the face out and put Randy's
Yeah.
But do we want
Hey,
a big?
you don't say the face. You say Tyrion, all right? You don't say the face.
I know, but do
I
we want
forgot.
a big,
I don't
tall
watch
black
enough of that
Tyrion?
show, okay?
You don't
Do we want a
disrespect
big
Tyrion.
tall? Do we want a big tall black Tyrion, or do we want a short Randy? Do we want a dwarf Randy? That's which way do we Photoshop it?
Nah, we're gonna go short Randy.
I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'11".
Short Randy. I'm gonna go short Randy. Sorry, Randy.
I'm gonna say, as somebody who hasn't actually met Randy in person, I think short Randy's got to
The way to
be.
go. Yeah.
I haven't met
Okay,
him either.
so
But I'm
wait,
gonna
hold
go
on,
short.
hold on.
It's
Let me
decided.
Ain't nothing short about Randy. Okay.
Could we call it? Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's go ahead.
We
and
call him
decide.
Shorty, like
Condensed.
SHAWTY.
Not short, condensed.
Randy got the Rick James 6-inch heel shoes on.
Condensed
You know what?
Randy.
I feel like
Yeah.
y'all roasting me like how Ann Coulter got
Imperial.
roasted.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not doing that bad. I'm not.
Imperial.
Yeah, no, we're not that mean.
Did
This
y'all
is all
see the
good
Ann
fun.
Coulter roast though?
And
Oh,
Coulter.
It wasn't her roast. It was Rob Lowe's roast. So
I
she
know
got
it-
roasted.
Roasted out of the roast.
Hilarious. She
Couldn't happen to a nicer idiot. Yeah.
I wouldn't call
She had
him.
that look.
Cha-cha-cha.
She had that look
Sorry.
like, I hate all y'all. I hate every last one of y'all. But it was
Cheers.
couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. So
Amen.
Fuck her.
all right. So anybody else got another beer they want to talk about before we wrap this?
Go to the chug fest that is the after party.
For our viewers, we got 3 viewers right now.
Yep.
If you
One
want
of them's my mom.
Hey, Mom, he's feeling better.
if you want to go to the after party,
Damn.
he gone.
His mom
He gone.
he pulled the cable.
I know, mom.
His mom did.
His mom unplugged the router.
Oh shit, Mom! I'm sorry. Did your mom unplug the router?
I think so. Yeah, that's what it was. She unplugged it from
on the internet with my
Kansas.
friends.
It's almost 11. God damn it!
It's like, Ma, the Milo, and plug the router up.
Yeah. Give me another beer.
If
I'm not paying rent this month.
Mom, more bagel bites.
Freddie, are you monitoring Twitter?
Yes, I am, sir.
All right. So if anybody's watching right now, if you want to hit us up via Twitter, if you want to get into the after party, shoot a tweet to Craft B Nation, and
I'm here,
we
man.
can shoot you the link to joining the after party. Or if you're on Google Plus and you happen to follow Craft Beer Nation, hit us up on the event, and we will get a link to you.
And if you happen to be Ben's mom, I want some pepperoni rolls. Mom, I need a hot pocket.
What was the commercial with the? It was like old school, like New York, Italy, and the girl, like the old mom, would like hang out the window, like Anthony. No, okay.
No.
No, hey guys, it's the grill. I'm out of here.
That was like one commercial. You're the only one to see that.
I remember it was like pasta or something like that.
Pasta.
It was like a Bertolli commercial or something like that.
Oh God, I'm crying. It's so hard.
Well, guys, listen, I'm gonna wrap this up for us. Be sure to check us out on our social media accounts.
Yeah.
And I'm gone.
That's all you got?
I know we went from 3 viewers to 5 viewers there, so something's funny. Yeah.
Anyway,
right,
so
man.
okay, I'm gonna wrap it for real. If you're watching and you want to join the after party, it's gonna be even more shenanigans than what's going on right now, as we've totally fallen off the rails here toward the end. But it don't matter. If you want to join the after party, hit us on Twitter, Craft B Nation. Freddie will hook you up with a link to join. If you're on Google Plus, go to the event page. Go to Craft Beer Nation's event page. Shoot us a message there. We can get you a link. Send a pigeon, send a Saint Bernard
pigeon,
a smoke signal, whatever you got to do.
Smoke signal, bat signal. Saint Bernard.
Have your mom yell down the stairs
with the barrel of bourbon around his neck or whatever.
Hey, and if you want to follow me on Instagram and my adventures through craft beer, don't follow Frio7. It's CBN_Frio, FRIO, and yeah, we gotta talk to Gil, guys. Complain to Gil.
Yeah, all complaints go to Gil Mello. I asked for a second. I was going to give out his email address.
It's Gil@craftbeernation.org.
That's right.
Social security number is
all complaints. Matter of fact, flood Gil's Craft Beer Nation email account.
Take a loan in that motherfucking
name. Everyone,
show him up, baby.
Gil's social security number is.
And look, before we leave,
a quick DOS attack on Gil.
Hold on. And before we leave, I want everybody to take a look at Matt Miller.
Let's blue box him.
Everybody blue box Matt Miller. And look at that cute paperclip that he has.
The pink one, not pink. Fuchsia.
On his
the boom.
Where is it?
No, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I see.
No, look at the paper.
Just leave that there.
It adds nice contrast. It's very.
If you have daughters, you know. Yeah.
I got a daughter.
Oh my God.
But my daughter goes hard.
It hurts.
But I don't. Randy don't wear his daughter's stuff.
My wife.
Randy was trying to redirect, but it didn't work.
My wife and I were talking about our kids last night. We were like, yeah, Cason's gonna be a great. He's gonna be a gentleman. Da da da. And we're like, Cameron, she's three. Cameron, you could drop her off in the middle of Detroit right now and she'd be okay.
She's street, huh?
Shout out
ready.
To Detroit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. See you next week or another Friday night hangout with Craft Beer Nation. We may have a show this Thursday. We may have Pints of Quartz. I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't know if we have a guest scheduled yet for Thursday.
But if we do, don't miss out.
Don't miss it. Follow us on social media at Craft Beer Nation.
Make some noise, goddammit.
At Craft Beer Nation on Instagram, Facebook, Craft Beer Nation, Google Plus, Craft Beer Nation. We're there. So until next week, ladies and gentlemen, peace.